What are your thoughts then on, for those of people listening or watching this that don't live in the UK, there's been a lot in the news at the moment, and we're in the middle of June pretty much now, that the British government is considering a trial for the Ozempic, the diabetes drug to deal with obesity. Now, I personally find that an atrocious concept. What are your thoughts on that? The idea that rather than bring about some common sense approach, no, we're going to prescribe mass drugs. It's another version of the opioid crisis in America, surely. Deal with the health crisis by giving out drugs.
I wonder who's behind that push.
Yeah, probably the company in Norway or wherever it is that makes it. Because I mean, the British government has said we will conduct a small 2-year trial to give you the time to build up a massive stock. Well, I wonder what they're going to be in favour of a successful trial,
All these bloody things, rather than looking for rather than whatever we decide your nutritional thing is, rather than eating well, what that means to people, of course, is we can discuss that, of course, but rather than eating well, training well, having a less stressful lifestyle, stop putting kind of poisons on your body, staying up late, artificial light, electromagnetic stress, computers all the time, and so on. So the list is endless. Rather than maybe educating, not telling people not to do it, educating people, and people aren't done. They're going to chuck tablets at us, which when is this going to end? Obviously we're designed to move, however that movement is, and we're designed to eat in an ancestral way. You cannot deny that we've only evolved 0.02% since we were hunter-gatherers, for God's sake. 0.02%, that's like bugger all.
Yes. Yeah.
And yet we're trying to eat this, do that, take this tablet for this. Oh, God, it's quite depressing.
Like I said, I find it to be an atrocious concept along the same lines of any kind of 30-day January plan, or people that see bariatric surgery as the golden solution. Why, for a start, can't you as an individual and a broader community take responsibility for your own lifestyle? That I can't comprehend. But you don't learn anything by taking drugs. No. Because unless you're going to go on, I'm 25, I'm 35, I'm going to take these drugs for the next 50 years, you're going to go on a program of these drugs. So what do you do 3 days after you stop your program? Like, what do you do on day 35 of a 30-day program? If you haven't learned to look after yourself, you go back to what you're doing before day one.
But you're a good cash cow, though, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, that's part of the reason why I find it almost an offensive concept. The idea that the government, rather than say to the British public, grow up a little bit, start taking responsibility for how you live, and hopefully you will be healthier as a result. They're going, oh, no, we'll just buy in some drug from Europe and put it out on. And bear in mind, the taxpayer will have to pay the hump for that because we have the NHS.
I mean, what do we know here talking to each other? But yes, it's fucking ridiculous. Surely, wouldn't it be lovely if some government went into schools, went into workplaces, and said, right, you need to do schools, for example. It is mandatory that there needs to be PE sessions, whatever that is, once a day. Just get off our houses, do something once a day. And at work, there must be a money part where you can all join a gym and you can all do some form of physical activity, or there's some bloody incentive rather than just eat less, eat Diet Coke, whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
It's sad. What can you do?
It's almost a circular conversation again. We come back to the likes of the general public didn't know about this drug until the likes of the Hollywood set started going, oh, guess what? We've gotten in shape inside of 8-10 weeks because we've been taking a diabetes medication and I've lost a lot of weight. It's not meant for you.
That's what you're saying.
It's meant for people that have got problems with insulin. Because the side effect is you have an appetite suppressant, which means you lose weight, and there are a few other effects as well. It's it's the same. What's the popular bodybuilding drug I'm thinking of? The one that was a bronchial drug for asthmatics. It's Anavara or Winstrol, one of the two.
I don't know, mate, but I know what you're on about.
It's the idea this medication was meant for people who have problems breathing, and one of the side effects is it actually decreases body fat, and people are like, "Oh, I'll take that." Yes.
Yeah, a bit odd. I guess like all these things, if it's meant for its purpose, great. But of course, it will be abused, and it will be an excuse for you not to get into your lifestyle, not
Sure.
and all these things we're just talking about.
I mean, and of course, one of the other things is the fact that there's no research into this drug on a long-term basis.
That sounds. We won't go into the COVID conversation.
Yeah. But it's the same thing. The idea of, oh, great, okay, we're all going to take this drug, but we've not looked into it.
Yeah, well, we better avoid that one, mate. To be fair.
Yeah, well, yeah. That's current Prime Minister investigations in this country. Yeah, we'll skip past this one. Hi, thanks for watching this clip. If you enjoyed this content, click here to watch the full unedited version of this episode.